Ever wonder why some people succeed at saving money while others struggle for years? What if I told you it has nothing to do with your credit score? Here's a better question. Why are the experts telling you to build your credit when the real secret is completely different? I should have asked that question too when I was struggling with saving money as well. But here's the question that will change everything for you. What if everything you've been taught about saving is completely wrong? I know it's a bold statement. After helping a client save $2,000 in 60 days, I found the answer. And trust me, it's not what you think. Do you want to know what really works? By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why the traditional ways of saving money is failing you, and more importantly, what to do instead. Let's dive into the conversation. You're struggling with saving money, you're struggling with this for many years. Here is what's really holding you back from saving like you really want to save. The first reason is you're living above your means. And you know this already. You've been told this by many experts. You've heard this on and on, but the reality is you haven't let it set in. You haven't faced the real problem. The problem is you. You're living above your means. You know you are, but you can't really get to a place where you say, let me stop doing this. It's holding me back. I had a client who had about a 3-story house. Wife stayed home with her children. I think they had 3 children. And they had about 3 or 4 cars in the yard. And they were struggling financially. Here's why. Because they were living way above their means. 78% of people in America are struggling because they are living way above their means. They don't want to realize that. They don't want to say, hey, let me stop doing this because it's not allowing me to save money. You know this, I know this, but you have to realize that that's the number one reason why you're probably struggling. So you got credit cards maxed out, student loans, you have all this debt, car payment, all these things that are going out of your bank account. You're like, bring me more. The experts say, borrow against your 401k, borrow against everything, use OPM, and it keep you deeply in debt. And you say, well, it's only 3%. Yeah, but what if you got 1 million people saying the same thing? That's what's happening. Millions of people in America are living above their means. 80% of people, roughly, have some kind of debt, which isn't good. It's holding them back. What you need to do, yes, you, is to live within your means by doing what I call a money plan. I know you don't like the word budget, so it's a money plan, because if you don't have a plan for your money, you won't have any savings when you retire. And when things happen, like emergencies, you won't have any kind of fallback plan, any safety net, because you have splurged, you have nothing saved to help you to move toward the next day. You're living on edge, you're living check to check. You know this. I'm not telling you anything you don't know, but the reality is you have to realize your reality, and it's not good for you for the long term. Again, you've been saving like haven't been able to save for years, and maybe some of you don't have anything saved for retirement or rainy days, and you're wondering what's holding you back, or this is holding you back. So do your money plan with simply a budget. You have all your income minus what you spend, and you'll see, if you use simple math, that you're living way above your means. You may have an income of $4,000 a month, and you're living like you got $8,000 a month. Scale back or make more money, basically. What you need to do, or do both. And that's leads to the second point. My second point is you got low income. So when I was working my last job, I was making about $30,000 or something like that a year. I got my last pay stub on my phone, or one of my last pay stubs on my phone. And my wife and I both worked full-time jobs at the time, but I still felt like it was difficult to move forward financially. We did pay off debt, which is good, but even though we were debt-free, I just felt like we weren't living the life that we wanted to live. Here's why. Because we had low income. You get money, you live within your means, but your wages are low. It's going to make it really hard for you to save like you want to save, to save for the down payment for the house, or to save for a new car or used car, to really invest or save money for a rainy day, or even give, because you're strapped. You're living within your means, but you have low income. Here's what happened to me. During the COVID, during March of 2020, I lost my job. I was doing accounting and tax for a company in Tennessee, and that was actually a blessing. So next month, I got my first client. Reluctantly wanted to start a business because I tried to start one prior to me getting fired and during COVID. But I wasn't ready yet. I didn't have the skill set that I had when I had my job loss. So this time I was ready to go. I was scared, nervous, but I got encouragement from my wife to start a business. So here I am, 6 years later, with clients in different states doing accounting and taxes for people, making more money than I made working for someone else. If you're stuck in your job, you don't want to be an entrepreneur, I would recommend you get a skill so you can level up your income, start a business if you want to, but understand entrepreneurship isn't for everybody. It's for some people, but not for everybody. Or sell something that can increase your income, but the whole point is you need to make more money so you can move forward and be able to save like you really want to save. Otherwise, you'll stay stuck, not being able to save, and you wonder why you can't get out of the rat race. This is why. You're not living within your means and you're not saving money. And also, you have low wages, so you can't save. You don't have any margin. So the third reason why you're struggling to save money is because you have a lavish lifestyle. I'm talking to you. You got the red bottoms, the Coach bag, the Louis V bag. You got all this stuff. You're saving for vacation. You go take a vacation, go back to your work, your job, you hate it, and you're living from vacation to vacation just to live lifestyle. Trying to keep up with the Joneses. The Joneses broke too, by the way. Keep up with the Keishas or whoever your friends or your competitors are. You're keeping up people on social media, trying to look good, but in reality, you're struggling, no savings, and you don't feel really well about your situation right now or your financial future. What I recommend is stop living above your means. The lifestyle, the creep. You get a raise and your income goes up a little bit. What do you do with that? You go splurge. Or you get a tax refund. And some of y'all are relying on a refund to make ends meet, which isn't good. But if you are, do number 2 again, make more money. But if you get a refund, use it wisely, pay off some debt, save some of it, start investing if you can, if you're in that phase. But the whole point is your lifestyle is keeping you from not saving, because any kind of increase you get, you're putting that money into those things, taking the trips, buying the red bottoms, Louis V. And some of you may be going into debt for a vehicle, driving the Benz, the Beamer, the Maybach, whatever's popular today, just to look good, and you're struggling. So if you want to stop the madness, stop the lack of being able to save money, live within your means, do your money plan, make more money, get your income up, and stop living the lifestyle that isn't really reality for you, and live like you want to live. Start saving money and don't try to impress people. Stop worrying about the comparison. You can do this. I got you. Keep watching and I'll see you in the next video.